What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Asia session stream. I hope you guys are doing great. I am doing absolutely amazing. So today I just watched Morocco get fried by France. So I mean, I was rooting for Morocco, but they're playing against the best team in the world. In my opinion, they are gonna win the World Cup this year. If you guys, who would win if it's not them? Let me know. But I think it's not even a debate at this point. They're just way too good, way too good. So just coming back to what I expected to happen from yesterday. I mean, at that point, how good can my analysis be? Go back yesterday. So this week, in terms of like how I would frame my daily expansion, right here on Monday, I said don't touch Mondays because like on Mondays, you really want to wait for that candle to close and basically Tuesday's candles to close basically, and only scalp on Monday and Tuesday because you can't use Friday's or Thursday's candle to form your bias on Monday. Okay, so here this was Thursday's candle, and on Monday we opened up. Since Friday there was a bank holiday, so that daily did not appear. But you can't use Friday or Thursday's candle to frame the expansion on Monday because Monday is a day where you usually accumulate. So here, once we had Tuesday's candle closing, so we were able to find scalps within that Monday candle. On Tuesday, we expanded, we broke structure to the downside below the previous candle's low, being very aggressive. Right there, the thing that I never want to do is look for a reversal immediately just because we're tapping into a support or resistance level. That's like the dumbest thing I can ever do. For me, I'm seeing that this candle tells me a story, and I know that there's a pretty big likelihood of the next candle to follow the previous one. So I'm expecting a bearish distribution from the previous one. And right here, this is exactly what happened. Of course, we ended up wicking back within the range, but was able to predict a pretty good move from that daily bearish bar. And then once this candle closed, you can see wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. We are wicking both the sell side and the previous candle's low. Here, I was expecting a bullish expansion back towards 84, which is exactly what ended up happening today. So you can watch back the recording of yesterday if you want. If you want to make sure I'm not saying anything that is against my bias. But here, daily candle closed bullish, in my opinion. Same thing. We do have a pretty big potential of seeing the next candle fluctuate back above 105 and potentially even the 230s, 270s, maybe even this high, which was Thursday's high. So within the open right here, I go to the daily. So here I'm bullish. I would prefer to see that daily high being taken out before that daily low. So it's pretty obvious. 4-hour chart wise, this 4-hour candle closed bearish, which is something that we see pretty often now within the last week. As soon as this 4-hour candle from 10 to 2 p.m. closes, the other one prints in the opposite direction immediately and gives you a sell-off. So currently on this 4-hour, it doesn't really tell me much. It's an inside bar candle. We didn't trade above the previous candle's high or below the previous candle's low. So here, can't really use this time frame in order to find something. If I scale down to the hourly, this 4 p.m. Candle closed bearish, wicking out the high. So I mean, I would say there's a pretty big likelihood of us, going down at the open, potentially tapping 910, and then once we tap this level, then potentially see the reaction from the hourly. And if we can push above the 80s, then I'll be happily involved into longs back towards the daily high. That's my view of this opening of the new daily candle. I would want to see the daily high being taken out. We are going to stay patient. We are not going to force any trades. We're being very patient this week. Had a lot of good, I would say, we had a lot of good opportunities, but in terms of expansions, we saw our setup being formed, but not our entries. We did not get the entries we wanted, unfortunately. So we really, I really stayed out. I would say 2 days out of the 3 that we had this week. So still 13-3 on Asia. Hopefully making it 14-3 today in the last 16 sessions. Won 13 trades, lost 3. So hopefully, again, like I said, we are going to stay patient enough to make that 14. So here, in terms of am I going to enter a scalp right now, or am I going to start building a position? I would say like it's still a good opportunity, in my opinion, to be a buyer within the open. We don't know how strong the open would be, but it's a prediction. For me, the best play is to wait for the first hourly candle to settle in. If it's bearish, then wait for the 7 p.m. to sweep the low and then start closing back within the range, pointing towards that daily high, and then using it as fuel to drop, to push back up towards my daily target. So here for me, it's a pretty obvious daily target here with the strongness of the close. So if we can be strong on that first hourly and break, I would say break 70s, it's a pretty easy long for me. So let me take a look at the chat right now. How's the chat doing though? We are Thursday, so meaning that tomorrow there's no Asia session stream, unfortunately. So we gotta make the best out of this session right here. France, Belgium. Oh, no. Spain is gonna beat the hell out of them. Norway? Okay. Who are they playing? Norway, England. Saturday, July 11th, 5 p.m. East. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Spain, Belgium. So Norway, England. I mean, seeing how England played, we could see Norway win because the center forward is just too strong. Spain, Belgium. I saw Belgium play. They absolutely suck. I don't see them winning against Spain. Sorry if you're from Belgium. Argentina, Switzerland could go both ways. I think Argentina are kind of rusty at this point. And then, yeah, pretty much it. For me, France is winning it all. No debate. No one is touching France this year. No one is touching it. So what's up, chat? What's up? What's up? Let me see how many likes the podcast has. Let me see. And like views. Okay, 15.5k views, 1,000 likes, and 267 comments. Shit, that's tough. That's so tough. Let's go. That's amazing. I mean, I'm not gonna ask you guys again to milk that podcast and just spam the like button, but you can go if you want. I am if you guys didn't know, we posted a podcast featuring me and Miriam, so make sure to watch it and let me know your honest thoughts once you're done. Let me know if you enjoyed the the first podcast or the second one better. The first one being the one that I did for prop firm trader. Was good, chat. Do you always do Asia session here? Yes, every single day. You can't hear the music? What do you mean? Okay. My mic, my mic currently is the. No, my mic was my webcam. That's why it was dog shit. No way. Damn, my fault, chat. I just figured it out right there. I heard my voice on the stream. I was like, bro, I sound like a. Yeah, my fault for that. I listened it. Wait, I listened to it today. Trading psychology and quarter zip was extra. Let's go. Yeah, it's a little bit too hot here right now for the quarter zip, so took it away. Both cool. Let's go. I didn't get your point about discretionary trading on your podcast with Miriam. Can you elaborate? I mean, I think I'm just gonna say the exact same statement that I said on the pod. Really, I don't. There's not any other way to put it out than how I did. Basically, I don't believe in like having market intuition. I think everything that you do can be quantified, or you can truly explain why you're taking that decision. Discretion meaning that you're using intuition or some kind of feeling that you're using basically your what you saw in the past, and you're like, okay, even if all my rules are, you know, applying right now and I should be in the trade, I am not going to take it because I don't feel like it. That's pretty much what it is. And I don't really agree with it because I think it first, it takes a lot of time for you to build the right discretion. I would say also it's not every system that can have the rules in place in order to use discretion in the first place. And also discretion for me is an aspect that is very close to, I would say, gambling in a sense, where you're like, okay, you know what? Even if I should play this hand that way, by the book, I am not going to do it. So that could trigger psychological mistakes and, you know, revenge trading and a lot of things. So there's so many things I think are wrong about discretion. And, you know, if it works for you, it works for you. You know, for me,
I just don't like it. But I don't think there was a better way for me to put it out than what I did in the podcast. Like, I also explained um, stuff related to data and also overfitting your strategy. So there's no Friday, there's no session on Asia on Friday, so you can't. We're not trading tomorrow. I'm gonna trade tomorrow on the trading floor, so from 12:30 to 1:30 on Tradeify TV. Do you remember how many evals you filled before you became profitable? It was not really. That's the thing. It's like not. How many evals did I fail before I became profitable? It's like it's not that you become profitable, that you stop blowing evals, or like stop blowing fundeds, or like don't go through hard, times where you're like in eval jail, where you just are stuck in that loop where you just cannot get out. There's an assumption in that question, in my opinion, which is when you turn profitable, you stop doing all the dumb shit. When in reality, it's not true. I would say like, how many evals did I blow before getting my first payout would be a better question. And for that, I would say like maybe 30, 40, something like this. But then after the first payout, it's like trading is not something that is truly like linear, meaning that once you get your first payout or second payout, third payout, it doesn't mean that you're gonna keep getting payouts. It's like you could go through a rough period of time, and you need to adapt. And you could have gotten lucky for the first 6 payouts, and then understand that after. So, I mean, I blew a shit ton of evals for sure. But the beautiful thing about this business is that one payout can cover for so many blown evals, or so many blown accounts in general. I would say, if I had to put a number to respond to your question, maybe probably like 100, until I really started to understand fully the business model. But I was able to request payout throughout the way. Absolutely. Like, I think my first payout, I got that like after maybe 4 months into trading. Pure, it was not like it was luck. I had a system and I was respecting the system. But like, after that, you understand that either your system was only good for that period of time, so you got lucky, and now if you want to extract money from the market, you can't do it that way because you don't truly have an understanding of why price moves in the first place. You're just trading off conditions of like sweep, this, that, and like criterias that are super like mechanical without framing a direction. And once you understand this, you're like, okay, shit, I was actually a noob. Let me come back to the drawing board and let me try to fix those problems. So I definitely got payouts off of strategies that were pretty dog shit for sure. Which once you start getting into a losing streak and stuff gets hard, then you can take a step back and ask yourself, is it you? Are you the problem? Are you really the one that is clicking those buttons and blowing the account out of frustration and out of revenge trading? Or you ask yourself the question, is my system triggering me into those emotions? And then, since I have no confidence, it's impossible to stop those emotions from happening over and over and over again. So I came to the conclusion that the way that I was trading was the thing that it gave me too much, a way harder time, such a hard time basically to manage my emotions through it, So then that's also one thing that I said in the pod, which is truly important. I think there's two ways. There's discretion. I said that discretion is used by bad educators to offload the blame of having a bad strategy, which I think a lot of people think that their strategy is good and is not the reason why they fail, and they think that it's the psychology, but in reality you would never feel the need to revenge trade if you truly had a strategy that was as good as the stats show. If you truly had a 70% win rate strategy, I can guarantee you that your need to revenge trade and your need for money would be extremely different. Because once you know that you have this like a true edge, it gets way easier to control your emotions because you know that it's a question of time. So the question is, are you into those people where you think that all the strategy works and psychology is just the reason why you fail? Or you're someone who says, okay, this is a very hard business model. There's people that are getting paid millions and millions and millions of dollars to create trading edge for some firms to just take out some money, some percentage, just to beat the S&P 500 in a year for those hedge funds. Giving you the perspective of, okay, it might be a little bit deeper than just support and resistance. So yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying in the podcast. Of course, there's so many ways we can go about it, but in my opinion, no, it's not true that every strategy works, and no, it's not true that you fail because of your psychology. And what else? Yeah. I would say like the biggest struggle is not, there's multiple struggles that you can have to deal with as a trader. In my opinion, the worst one is once you, let's say, psychological demons that will hunt you. Okay. There's the first payout. Okay. The first payout is something, it's kind of hard to get because you still don't have the hard proof behind if your system works or if you are truly able to manage your risk properly and stuff. You still need to prove that to yourself. But I would say at a certain point, if if you have a true system and you really take things slow, which you should if you never got a payout, no need to rush the process, then eventually you'll get it. And I think that first payout or those first few payouts are not what's hard. What's really hard is when you touched money and then now you have expectations and you know that you can make a certain amount of money, but the market is not giving that to you. So now you are in a crash out mode. That is by far the hardest thing to go through as a trader, is when you touch money. I don't know, maybe you were able to request a 10K payout, 15K payout, or like multiple back-to-back payouts, and now you know that you have the ability to make it, but it's the market is giving you a harder time for you to request those payouts, and then you can't accept it. That for me is true psychological struggles. When following your rules and stuff, it's more of a personality kind of thing, or like, no, I wouldn't say necessarily personality. Of course, there's people that are not necessarily disciplined in the first place, so it's hard to stay disciplined on the chart. But I wouldn't say it's really that problem. I would say the real problem with this would be like more of a like being underprepared, like I said. I think I said that like millions of times here. Just being underprepared and not really knowing what your model should give you on average. So then once you start seeing losses, then you're like, the market should act this way. It should go from A to B because of this, and it's not doing it. But you're surprised where it's totally normal. Currently, first 15-minute closed, not giving us much information right here. Now we're seeing the expansion below the first 15-minute candles low. Continuating the move from the last hourly. So like I said, this is a pretty big level, 910. If we start seeing rejection, the best thing I could see here would be the rejection and the immediate flip from the hourly. So now it's looking bearish. So we opened up lower. Hopefully we can trap sellers into thinking that this is a real break to see some downside, but then we're flipping back above the opening price, taking over on that candle, and then potentially trying to long back towards the daily high. That would be my my go-to setup right here, especially based on the strongness of that daily bar. This is what I'm seeing. All right, so I would say once we start closing strongly above 73, now 73 is pretty high. I would say just 60 to 65, it's an easy long. What do you guys think about everything that I said? Did not really read a lot of comments there. So true. But at the same time, we small retail people have different problems than those people getting paid millions. We just need tiny piece of the pie. I agree. I totally agree. That's a true statement. You can find edge, because the edge you're going to trade, since you're a retail trader that has like way smaller expectations, the edge that you're going to be able to take out of the market with 1, 2, 3, 5 minis maximum, let's say, is going to be totally different than entering with institutional size that would immediately create some movement. So I 100% agree with that. But that was just a point to say, you know, it's not the first YouTube video that you'll see online that will give you the winning strategy. You know, it is not that easy, unfortunately, you know. You have to build competence. Once you achieve competence, you build up confidence in order to create confidence. Damn. That was tough. That was good. You gave some good gems. I will finish tomorrow after I'm done trading. Let's go, Brown. What's up, my brother? How you doing? This whole week, only people making money are orb traders. That is not true. That is not true. Orb has been pretty good, I would say, for sure. Yo, Tony, do you have the music mix? Because I think someone is asking again. If you have it, let me know. I learned from you this morning how to refine technical analysis. Made sure to add it on my notes. Thank you for sharing. I got you, brother. No, I still didn't take any trades. No. Oh, Joey's in the chat. Let's go. I think Joey's gonna join me tonight. Okay, that's good. Yeah, all right. Luke said, "I think I define discretion differently." What do you define discretion? How do you define discretion? What do you define it as? All right. So we have my brother Joey that is gonna join us right now. I think you're muted right now.
Yo, what's up?
How are you doing, bro?
How we doing, dude? What's up?
Man, it's my first time on stream with you, bro.
I know, bro.
Yeah.
So it's long overdue.
Yeah.
Chat was good, bro.
What's up, chat? Can we get some W's for Joey?
We in here, baby. Holy.
Let's go. I know you've been trading the Asia session. You told me that you've been trading on your YouTube channel. So like, you gotta give us the sauce on how you trade, brother.
Bro, to be honest, man, I've traded Asia session, but I haven't lately. I've heard Asia session's been pretty good as of late though. I mean, that's just what I've heard. I don't know if it has been, but normally when I trade Asia, I'm looking at gold. I'm a big gold trader when it comes to Asia sessions. Especially when you get that Tokyo Open,
Yeah,
either Tokyo or Shanghai. You know, you get some good movement on
Yeah.
gold action. You know,
8 p.m. is some serious action for sure.
Yeah. So and gold likes to move during that time, and so a lot of times I'll look at gold and see what we got here. I'll mark out some good strong levels. Normally I trade just like basic support and resistance levels in Asia. I will look at IB. I'll look at the Asia IB, but really like I would say most successful strategy for Asia that I've had was finding like higher time frame support and resistance levels that are like really strong, like looking at 15-minute, 30-minute levels where we've constantly bounced from, and wait for those to sweep and then take the reversals out of those. Right.
Oh, yeah. Is there a specific time you do that on, or it's like more based on the structure that you see?
Yeah, it's just based off structure, right? I mean, like I said, I'll look at like the 15-minute, 30-minute and just try to find some structure that is a strong point for whatever instrument that I'm looking at. And then we'll wait for that reversal and or wait for the sweep and then play the reversal off of that. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what do you like right now? If you had to, give me a breakdown of what you see, can you tell me like what are the levels that you would look for a bounce or potentially be attempting a trade?
Yeah. So if I'm looking at gold here, like this, so this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? Where we have these multiple touches here. See that? How we have multiple support levels, even down here, we kind of came down in this zone and we've bounced off of it every time. Seeing levels like that where we've been very strong, a lot of times what will happen is you'll see like a sweep of those levels, right? You'll see a sweep of those levels and then come back up. And so if I see any sweep of this followed by strength and getting back above with again following strength, then I'll take that long all day and try to get a few points out of it. So I don't usually hold for home run trades here in Asia. I really like my quick hits. So that's kind of what I'll be looking for, and like vice versa on the upside, right? See, we have a lot of support or a lot of resistance up here. So if we get a push through, right? Get a push through this resistance level, and then a move back down within. It's kind of like how I trade IB reversals. You know what I mean? Like how we break out above IB high and then we come back down and get back in the range. It's the same concept, just on basic support resistance concepts, right?
Okay, but do you like, are you waiting for price to close? Let's say we give the scenario where you would want to short.
Yeah.
So let's say like we have like the triple highs above
Mhm.
right here. Would you want to see us break the high, like closing above those highs and then going back within the range strongly, or
100%.
like wicking?
Yeah, no, if we can break these, whether we wick back down or if we say we get closure and then we do have good momentum downside where we do close back under these, you know, I'll take the short in either scenario. Right. But
Okay.
I love wicks. Like if we get a wick out of this area and back in, that's a great sign for me to take that short. Same concept for me trading IB. I love the wicks of lack of follow through. Right.
All right. Amazing. What trades did you take today?
Man, I took a nice 100-pointer today in my Tradeify accounts.
Yeah.
We grabbed a 100-pointer here. If we go to, let me throw on the New York here, just so I can see where I'm looking here and get a good gauge. So we threw on a trade. If I go to 5 minutes, right here. So it was a VWAP trade. My entry was 29,680, and so when we saw this wick down here during New York coming back into VWAP, I ended up taking a long there at 680 and riding this up to 780. It was kind of a painful 100-pointer. I'm not gonna lie, because honestly, there was a lot of back and forth during this ride up. I mean, you can see.
Yeah, that wick on the 5.
Yeah, you can see from the entry at 680 to riding this thing. It actually, this 5-minute candle got 3 points away from my TP and then just reversed.
Yeah.
It was brutal. So it came all the way back down. Then this very next candle stopped short again before finally I went up and tagged TP there. So it was a brutal 100-pointer, but we ended up getting it.
That's cool. Okay, and what are the accounts that you're trading currently with Tradeify?
Dude, I love the 100Ks.
Bro, that's I literally said the same. I was big into the 150s, but now, man, the 100Ks, like, they seem so easy to get the payout.
They're nice, dude. I feel like I mean, they are obviously like the middle account, you know what I mean? But they're such like a good middle ground.
Yeah.
Where it's like you have a nice amount of drawdown in them, but you also have like a easier profit target to get to.
I agree.
So
because like currently, you know, I was debating, because at the end, if you truly like make the percentage of drawdown and stuff from the other type of accounts, it's gonna always be the same. Let's say the 50 is like you have 2K of drawdown with a 3K profit target. It's the same exact percentage because you double that for the 100K. But now the 150, I think the drawdown is not 6K, it's 5.2, meaning that it's easier for you to request a payout on the 100K than the 150. So at that point, I mean, I might switch to the 100K. Dude, if those accounts go to shit, I might definitely try to 100K for sure.
It's the accounts that I've gotten the most payouts out of.
Yeah, and what is it? It's like a 12.5.
Yeah, 12.5. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, so, still a pretty.
I usually don't take the max payout, because I usually take just like the like 10K out of it. I try to limit myself a little bit, so I just take 10K total out of like obviously all 5 of them combined and leave myself a little bit. But man, they're so good. The 100K for me, it's the 100K gross, brother. The 100K gross are where
right now it's 100K gross.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. And why the 100K gross?
Because they're easier, you know what I mean? It's like you can get through them, the eval stage, quicker if you want. If you start hitting banger trades, you can get through it in like 2 days. You know what I mean?
And what do you do to pass those evals? Like, do you trade like very aggressively?
I'm aggressive. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to chat here. I'm a very aggressive eval trader. It's just in my nature. It came with my factory settings. So I'm an aggressive eval trader. I try to get through them quickly, but I do treat the fund as very, very differently than I do evals for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I really like the growths a lot for sure back in the day, but now I just don't have the patience anymore to pass an eval or like even below it. I just prefer spending, you know, a little bit more to get the lightning funded, and then, you know, yeah, that's just my preference right now. But back in the day, the growths were definitely my go-to.
100%. I see Daniel in chat saying 2 of my respected traders on screen. Holy,
let's go.
You love to see it.
Let's go. Did you have some time to watch the podcast, Joey?
I haven't, bro. I've been seeing the clips of it. Every time I scroll on Instagram, I watch the short form when they pop up. But I am gonna sit and watch it, man. Sure.
You gotta watch it, man. You gotta let me know your honest thoughts, and also criticize me on where I need to work on. Right? I need that.
Do you know what?
That
I'll watch
big brother.
Yeah, bro. I'll watch it tonight. As soon as when we get off here, I'll sit and watch it tonight, and we'll chop it up a little bit. I'm sure you did good, bro. You're the freaking GOAT, dude. That's why you're on these podcasts, bro.
Let's go.
What is there to critique? My man's racking up payouts, just taking the markets by the throat, chat. Like, what is there to critique?
Appreciate you, Joey.
Holy. What, did you take any New York trades?
Yeah, I did take a trade on ES. Let me show you. I don't know if the arrows are still there. No, they're not. I think they close out after the market closed, but basically took a long here at around the timing of the long was 10:40. So how I read that, I read my higher time frame candles in a certain approach where I'm expecting the next one to distribute in a certain direction or close in a certain direction. So let's say here, I was watching that 30 close. So first hourly candle closed bullish here, and usually when I see this, I want to remain bullish for the next hour, because that, you know, opening range tells me a good story of who's in control currently. And I don't want to reverse the market immediately. I'm not really a reversal trader. I would say I'm more of a continuation trader, and I found that when I play continuations from 10 to 11, I tend to do way better than just trying to catch high risk reward plays. So here I waited until around the 1020s. So here was 1025, and we pushed up very, very aggressively when that 30-minute bar closed. We were basically in the middle of that range. Didn't truly know, you know, here entering, for me, in my opinion, exactly at this point, either selling or buying is a 50-50. So then at this point, when this candle closed, it gave me the story of, okay, we were wicking the previous candle's low, and we're closing back within the range very aggressively, having a 23-point down wick on ES. So then I was like, just knowing the anatomy of a candle, usually a candle that will close bullish usually opens up, drives lower to form the down wick of a candle that will close bullish, flip back above its opening price, and then distribute to the upside. That's like the mechanic behind a bullish candle. So here, when this candle closed, I was telling myself, all right, if first there is more chances for me to see the high than the low, but if I want to see that happening, I need to see us opening up lower, wick fill, hold that wick, and then flip right back above the opening price of that current 30-minute bar. Once I see this, I will try to scalp the longs back to the upside. So here exactly what happened. Basically, you'll see here, this is the 30. I waited for price to open up, drive lower, hold that gap, and once we shifted back up like this and started to be very strong, this is where I entered longs on the pullback right here. Had a wide stop. I knew that I just needed to have my stop loss below this low for it to be protected, and I was targeting that high for a 1-to-1. So I waited quite some time, and it was pretty painful. I did, you know, the clip of today was that trade. Yeah. But you see, like, it retraced very, very deep, which is something that, you know, we'll see pretty often. We'll see like some sort of lower time frame shifts inside, you know, a candle that has more chances of closing bullish to trap sellers and then having a fuel to go back to the upside. So after that, it was a pretty straightforward move. But that was how I read the market this morning. And also this hourly candle was able to close back within the range, showing me some sort of a reversal pattern, which led to tell me basically that next bar has also a lot of chance of printing to the upside and closing bullish for some higher prices. So yeah, I think sometimes we'll take the same kind of trades, but for different reasonings.
Yeah.
And I find that it's a big correlation. Like I take very similar trades to a lot of people that are very good traders, but for different reasons. And some people trade it off of I don't know, support or resistance or this or that, but we all see the same thing at the
100%.
end.
It doesn't matter what strategy. I mean, literally you could put 10 traders in a room and every single one of them trade different strategies, but all see price in a similar fashion, right? I mean, there's correlation there. I mean, it's confluence. Someone could trade VWAP and I could be trading the initial balance, and the VWAP could be right at IB mid and I could be longing IB mid and they could be longing VWAP. You know what I mean? So it's like every strategy out there, we could all reprice the exact same, just in a different fashion. So that's why I like to say, like, I personally don't think there is a strategy that can't work, because again, you could take all these different strategies and we all see price the same way, right? So I think any strategy can work.
You just have to know when to stay out. That's really it. It's not about how simple the strategy is. I think there's a lot of edge to be found in a simple strategy in and of itself, because you're not going to be overfitting with a lot of different criterias, and you need this and that, and volume to spike, and that is quite a lot of noise sometimes for you to take a trade. But when you stay, I would say your strategy is pretty simple, but you find ways to know exactly when it's lower probability, then you can become very, very good at it. So
somebody in the chat was like, how about martingale strat? I'm gonna say 10 out of 10 don't recommend
martingale strat. We all did that at a certain point.
Yeah, we did.
On evals, I think that's like the most common strategy, risk management strategy.
yeah, that is. How can we pass the evals? That's like the pass the eval as quick as possible strategy, the martingale.
Yeah, or like you just start with a full port.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, we're both rocking the purple lights.
Yeah, damn.
Let's go. Purple's the color of the night, chat.
Yeah.
Love to see it. See, I saw somebody ask Joey, my guy, how much do you risk on his 100K evals, the whole account? So done the evals? No, I mean, I trade the evals aggressively. I'm not gonna lie. Like I would love to sit here and tell you that I'm a good boy and I trade the evals slowly and take my time. I just don't. But when I get to the funded level, I'm usually not risking more than like $500 a day at the funded level on those 100Ks.
And you gave me some very good points about why I should trade the 100Ks right there. I'm definitely I'm definitely gonna try them for sure. Those are my next accounts, 100%.
Yeah,
if I blow the sets,
shot.
Yeah, definitely.
See, when you trade Asia, Tokyo, or Shanghai, well, that's Asia. So would you consider each one of those markets have their own IB? Yes, each, yeah. So if I'm trading Asia will have its own IB, or sorry, if I'm at Tokyo will have its own IB, Shanghai will have its own IB. That's kind of how I look at it. But
can you explain like that approach, that overall approach when you're trading Asia? Because like I'm familiar with it during the New York session, but on Asia, like what time do you take?
Yeah, so my initial balance indicator here, it will automatically plot Asia or Tokyo, right? So if you want to do Asia, you can choose Asia here and just select OK, and it will automatically plot it. But we're obviously not like in Tokyo yet, so I'll have to scroll back and show you. So it automatically plot Tokyo here, and so I'll trade the IB levels exactly the same that I would New York. Right, so we have a IB high, IB low, IB mid. We get failures out of these levels. I mean, look at what happens. Right, here was a great example of an Asia low failure. Right, we popped out of Asia low, had very strong buying, and ripped all the way back up to IB mid. Right here, same thing. Nice wick here. Right, nice wick, bring us back above IB low. Look at where we went. Right, so same concept. Right, same concept of New York, just taking it to different time frames.
And what's like that time zone that you'd be looking for those IBs to form?
Yeah. So for Tokyo, it's 1900, and that's Central Time, right?
Okay.
So, and then for Shanghai, that is actually, what is Shanghai? I don't even remember. Shanghai. Oh, what happened to my indicate? Huh, my Shanghai isn't showing. That's weird. Shanghai would be so 7. That'd be what, 8 p.m. Central Time. If I do that time conversion right.
Okay, so 9 East.
I think so. No, sorry. So that'd be 7 Central Time. It'd be 8 Eastern, 7 Central Time.
Okay,
That's
8.
what it was. Yeah.
Okay, 8 to 9
Yeah.
p.m. basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been taking a lot of trades at like 8 p.m. Or like seeing very good opportunities at 8 p.m.
Let me reload this. I might have to take a look at my indicator here. It's not showing my Shanghai. Oh, there it goes. Had to refresh it. There we go.
Isn't that Tokyo?
So this would be Shanghai.
Isn't the same time?
Yeah. So you can look at Shanghai IB, or you can look at Tokyo.
Are you Central?
I'm Central Time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, trade them all the same way. Doesn't matter time zone. Could be IB high failures, could be IB low failures, IB mid retracements. All of it's treated the same way.
I like that. And if you had to choose 2 time frames for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
Oh,
can only look for a time frame to enter and one to frame your trade.
Okay, so wait, time frame as in like sessions, or time frame as in like 5 minute or 15 minute?
Yeah, 5 minute, 15.
Okay, yeah, 5 and 15 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the 15 minute for like longer, or for like, some stronger levels. But I love executing off the 5 minute. The 5 minute, I feel like, is a good middle ground for me, because it gives me good like a high enough time frame to get a read on price, but also a low enough time frame to give me a good entry.
I like that.
Yeah. Trey's like a girl, says Joey and Amos, seeing you guys both twice in one day. Holy. You love to see it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know we do those sessions. They're like, wait, I just logged in and saw you were live. Are you doing how is that possible? Yeah. So for the new people here, we're doing an Asia session stream every single day from Monday to Thursday, from 5:55 p.m. all the way to 8:30 p.m. So make sure to tune in on the next one. Tomorrow there's no, of course, Friday there's no Asia session, but usually on those Asia sessions we do a lot of giveaways for sure. We do those big boy accounts, 150k selects.
I think this is the first time me and Amos have streamed together, chat. I think we do a big boy giveaway today. I'm gonna convince Tradeify. We're gonna do a big boy tonight, chat. That's what we're gonna do.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I think it's well deserved.
Definitely, that's for the duo right there. First time being on stream, we definitely have a reason to go.
Well, we going
big tonight. Yeah,
we going big.
All right, chat. So I'm still currently waiting for that first hourly candle to close. You can see how weak it currently is. We pulled back within the range. That range is pretty small also. 50 handles on NQ, not necessarily the type of range that I want to trade. And that candle is very weak. Even if it's bearish, it's wicking pretty aggressively back within the range of the previous one. So it doesn't tell me much about what's most likely going to happen within the next hour. So we are going to stay patient. We don't want to force anything. For me, my bias on the daily is absolutely bullish. I would want to see that daily high being taken out within the next hour or so, especially at 8 p.m. And the direction from the hourly and the closures and also the reactions that we're going to see from that level right here, which is 910, is going to be very, very important for us to be aggressive back towards that daily high. So until we wait for we're going to be patient for that setup, but until then, make sure to ask us some questions that, literally anything. But if you guys have any questions, could be personal, could be anything, for me and Joey, make sure to type them. We need you in the chat. currently 700. So shout out to every single one of you who are there. It's my first time with Joey on stream, and we've seen each other multiple times in those Tradeify, I would say, either vacation or work trips. So
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Someone asked what my wingspan is. I don't even know, bro. I got
what kind of question is that?
I could fly away like a freaking eagle tonight, bro. What you talking about? Like, look at this. I got a wingspan, bro.
What's your wingspan?
Listen, I get in a boxing match, I'm gonna be keeping my distance and just throwing them quick jabs, you know?
Only the jabs.
Made me fly away, Chad. I'll do it. Hold on, check it out. Wait a minute. Chad, don't make me fly away, bro. I'll do it. I'll put on the owl suit and we'll take this thing to flight, you know? I'll do it, bro. Don't test me. Holy, wingspan is my height. No, it's not. Wingspan is arm to arm, isn't it?
I think it's your height.
Oh,
if
am I tripping?
If you do this and then you put it on the ground, like yeah, I think that's your whole height basically.
Heck no, wingspan. We're talking about wings, right?
Yeah, but it should be very close. It should be pretty close. That's what I heard. But for sure, there's some people with some, very long arms, which are not really proportional.
Yeah, no, measuring wingspan is the distance between your fingertips with arms extended.
No, yeah, but we're talking about if you do this, okay?
Yeah.
And then you go on the ground like that.
Huh?
That should be your height. Like what right there should be your height.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah. We're like this, right? Measure my wingspan, chat.
Oh, chat, I'm tripping. I'm actually cooked. I thought it was fingertip to fingertip, like just straight out. You know what I mean? All right. Hey, fun fact: I learned something tonight. Asia session complete. Holy. Okay, yeah, a lot of people in the chat saying wingspan is your height. Okay, chat, my bad.
I think it's very close though. For sure, there might be some exceptions, but I think it's very, very close.
Huh. Okay. Chat, real quick, I will say, just filmed a video that will be up on Tradeify here soon. It's going over something extremely dear to my heart, and that's ATR trade, especially since we're in this crazy market, crazy volatility, a lot of things happening, got some geopolitical news, got some economic stuff, got a lot of things happening in the market, and we got some crazy volatility. So I got a video coming out that tells you exactly how I look at it, what I do, and how I use it to make decisions on my position sizing, stop losses, TPs, all the good stuff. That'll come out soon. Be sure to check that out. We also have a video coming out. I let my wife trade, chat.
No way.
I let my wife trade, chat, and we have a video premiering on that soon. So be ready for that right here on Tradeify.
Is that the next video that is coming out?
I think so. Yeah, I think it comes out on the 11th.
Okay, cool. How long have you been married?
2 years.
Damn.
Yeah, we actually celebrate our 2-year anniversary out in Las Vegas.
Sheesh, that's cool. Damn.
We went and did some off-roading out in the desert out there. Bro, let me tell you this. Chat, lock in. You know those mountain goats? Those goats that like climb really steep mountains and they just don't fall? The mountain, literally the rock could be like at a 90-degree angle and they'll just walk up that thing like it's nothing. I saw those. Okay. I saw those in Las Vegas climbing rocky mountains. Bro, let me tell you that even the babies can sprint up 90-degree angles on these mountains, dude. Have no idea how they do it. They defy gravity. It's actually insane. Mountain goats. I think they're called like bighorn goats is what they're called, I think. I don't know. But apparently their hooves are designed. They're designed to latch on to those rocks. They can just legit just stand there. Crazy work. Mountain goats are the real goats. Yeah. Holy.
Yeah, it's been. Yeah, someone said these markets are so boring. I mean, the 6 to 7 p.m. time has been extremely low volume.
Yeah.
Within the last week. It was not exactly like this within the last, I would say, 3 weeks. There was quite some movement at 6 p.m., but now it looks like we are back at normal volume from 6 to 7 p.m. So we'll see. We'll see what. Usually it starts to move at like 7:15, 7:30, and even more at 8. So yeah, we've seen some crazy moves during the Asia session. So we'll. Would you agree that the Asia session within the last few weeks have been delivering more than the New York session? I've seen so many people say that.
Yeah, dude, I've seen the same thing. And I mean, for the sessions that I've paid attention and watched, I mean, I've seen some pretty decent movement, especially around that like 7 o'clock time frame. You know, we can get some decent movements. A little bit of volatility comes in. So,
I think the moves like for daily highs and lows there's a lot of expansions already made within the overnight session overall. Let's say even if it's Asia or London, if it expanded, which it happened pretty often within the last 2 weeks, I would say, then the AM sessions are from like 9:30 to 11:30 was extremely bad.
Yeah.
So
dude, I mean, bro, this afternoon was horrendous for New York.
Let me see.
Let me pull up.
Oh my days.
Dude, so bad.
Especially the power hour. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was so bad, dude. I mean, it was just straight sideways. I think we had like a 20 something point ATR in the afternoon for NASDAQ, which is crazy low. Yeah, it was bad. I mean, if you go down, look at the 1 minute here. This is the 1 minute.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
like this structure on the 1 minute is like there's like maybe 15 candles on the 1 minute chart. And it's only 40 handles.
Yeah,
that's not normal.
Very bad. Welcome to summer.
If we compare that to the action in the last, I would say 2 weeks ago, there was like 500, 600 point ranges from 9:30 to 10:15.
Yeah.
Easily on NQ.
Yeah. NQ during the day is starting to get a little bit weird. I mean, we are in the summer. I mean, we all know that summer PA is kind of trash. But looking back, even on what day was it? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. We look at the morning session here for yesterday, right? Yeah. This was the 5 minute time frame, and look at all these wicks, right? For the entire morning open. Very, very bad. Right. Then go into the afternoon. Look at the afternoon. This was yesterday afternoon, right? Same thing as almost today, where New York afternoon was horrible, but this was even worse. I mean, we were just consolidating Ivy high and wicking above and below it on very small ranges. I mean, we were stuck in a roughly 50 point range from, let's see, what is that, 1 o'clock to basically like, you know, towards the end of the market. So bad. Yeah. So bad. So New York is, I don't know, New York isn't New Yorking past couple of days.
I agree. I think the best opportunities that I found in the last 2 weeks were from 12 to 2 p.m. And then it was either shit before or shit after. Literally. Yeah. 12 to 2, which is crazy. I usually at that time, if the AM session moves right, bro, the lunch hour is impossible to trade.
100%. I saw somebody comment, learning to trade in these conditions is going to pay off for a lot of traders when conditions improve. Dude, if you're a new trader learning in these conditions, even with the elevated ATRs, like when we do have those volatility, you know, spike days where we have like, you know, 60, 70, 80, even 90 point ATRs, learning to trade in those conditions, bro, I am sorry. I'm sorry, but trust me that you survive this and wait for just try to get through it, get better conditions. Like it will pay off for sure.
I think if you survived March price action, you're already good. You're already good to survive for the rest of the year.
Yeah, 100%.
How was your March? Was it weird, or it's only me?
No, March wasn't great. I struggled like the whole beginning of this year was like a struggle for me.
Damn.
Like January, February, and March were all like kind of tough months for me.
Oh yeah. Me, it was more the last 2 weeks of March and first 2 weeks of April. I don't think I could not even win a singular trade. I could not even win. I don't know what happened on that month exactly, but I think the retracements were so deep, and I just had a hard time, getting used to those. But it came back to normal. So that's a thing with trading so mechanically. You're like, you're anticipating bounces to happen, sometimes very aggressively, and in some conditions when you always see pullbacks, you're just gonna get caught.
Yeah.
And in March, I remember those retracements were like both sides of the market would get smoked. Like it would be literally support and resistance only.
Yep. Yeah. Speaking of learning conditions, chat, when I learned to trade futures, my first introduction to futures was COVID, bro. COVID.
Shit.
I was learning to trade futures in COVID, chat. We had a VIX of it was like up in the 60s. Like it was insane, bro. The ATRs during that time frame, which I didn't even know what ATR was back then because I was so new, but I'm sure it was like super high. Like trading during COVID was brutal. That was my intro to futures.
All right. So Amos, Joey, do y'all use volume bars as part of your analysis? I actually don't. I used a volume profile and order flow before, but was a little bit too confusing since I did not find at that time when I was trading it. I did not understand candlesticks for what they are and understood a way of framing my trade. So it was more confusing than anything. But what about you, Joey?
No, I don't really use them.
Yeah.
I haven't. I mean, I've had them on my chart, but like I just don't use them. I don't pay attention enough to them. Nope.
Chat, are we down to do the giveaway? That's really what I was willing to ask you guys.
We doing it right now? We're doing a giveaway right now?
We definitely could. We just want to see how many people are down to do the giveaway.
Chat, y'all want a giveaway, bro? Speak up. Say it with your chest.
Speak up.
Poke your chest out. Stand up. Let us know.
Who's starving right now for a giveaway? I'm hungry.
I'm gonna
feed the people.
More Asia sessions. Y'all got me on a time frame where I'm post gym, post workout meal complete. Like I'm yiked up, chat. You might get me talking about some serious shit tonight. Holy.
All right.
We're doing it, chat. We're doing the giveaway.
So let's do the like goals for sure. Like we gotta make them work for the giveaway. If it's gonna be a big boy account, we definitely have to ask for a like goal. So chat, let's reach, how many are we currently? We're 751 people in the chat. So make sure to like the stream right now. And once we are at 410 likes, we're going to be giving away 250K select account. What do you think about that?
Ooh, 250K select accounts. I like it.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know if it's, you guys tell me, do you prefer the 150K select or the growth? If it's the growth, then we'll do the growth. But it has to be either between the growth and the select.
How many giveaways are we doing tonight? One or two? Or just what are we doing?
Bro, I'm doing so many, man.
Right.
Amount of, like, depending on the like goals, bro, sometimes I think in one day I did like maybe 7.
Okay. What's the first light goal?
The first light goal is 410 likes. Okay. At 410, we're gonna give out 2.
How many likes do you average by the end of the stream?
We're starting to have some motion right now, because before, the stream was a little bit newer, but now let me actually confirm with you. Yesterday was crazy. Yesterday was 700. Okay, so yesterday was 700. 2 days ago was 543.
Okay. We're already
So like it's I would say 500 and above.
Okay. Here's the thing, chat. Listen, we'll do for one of the giveaways. If we get 650 likes, I'm gonna really test you guys. We got 755 people in here. So I'm gonna need you guys to get up, clap your hands 3 times, and hit the like button. There's a little thumbs up button. There's challenging to a thumb war. All right. We get that to 650. We're gonna do 100K lightning funded.
Ooh, 100K.
Yeah, we're gonna do the 100K
I like
lightning
that.
funded.
I like that. 100K lightning funded. The easiest requested payout.
Yeah, but we gotta get to 650 likes.
Come on, chat. Can we get it? We're 750 people in the chat right now. So like, I think it might be it's gonna be pretty easy to catch it.
Yeah, we
just gotta let some people share the stream to
share it to your cousins, your grandma.
Exactly. I say that every time. I literally say that every time.
Get them to come like it.
Every time I'm on the show, I'm like, yo, share it to your mother, sister, brother.
Holy chat. Yeah, we definitely gonna do 650. I think we can do it.
Yeah, that pace. We're currently at what, 400? Yeah, 403. So at 410, we already have 250K select that are gonna be locked in at 410, and then at 650, we're doing 100K lightning funded account.
There we go.
Shout out to Joey for that.
Lock in.
He said we're going for the big boy accounts.
Oh yeah.
I would say like the 100K lightning is, I mean, if you take it slow, it's literally a free payout.
Literally. All you gotta do is take it slow and just don't care about when you get to a payout. Just take it slow and you get there. When you get there, it's free money, baby.
Yeah.
I believe in you guys. I really do. I believe that y'all can all come together as one and hit that like goal.
Someone typed, we don't want anyone to know we are trading. We can't share it. Imagine you share a trading stream to your family. They're like, there's no way you do this. Amos, I noticed you'll use previous day close, hourly close for opens. If both are bullish and the 4 hour is bearish, what outlook do you have? I would say like it's very rare that an hourly would be bullish while a 4 hour candle would be bearish, and I would be scared to long, because like, think about it. If a 4 hour candle is bearish and tells you that, okay, the potential of the next 4 hour also is, you could see that next 4 hour distributing to the downside, then it means that that 4 hour candle potentially has a pretty large down wick or up wick, So like if it has a big wick, then it means that there's a pretty big likelihood of us still opening in the direction or like going deeper within the range following that hour, So like, depending when you put, like, of course, there's so many different scenarios. You would need to show me the scenario you're referring to in order for me to like explain to you exactly my thought process. But, if there's an hourly candle showing you bullish aggression and a bearish 4 hour candle showing you that it's bearish, then it's most likely pretty weak. Like it's not weak enough, sorry, for you to short because there's a pretty large wick.
What's your favorite? Yeah, Moss Joey, what's your favorite setup that's boring but consistently pays? Mine, I would say, if I were talking like initial balance, it's super boring, right? Because if you're going to trade the IB failures, not the IB mid, but the IB failures at like IB high and IB low, you can't trade those until the first hour is already set. So if you're only trading IB and that's your only strategy, then you're not taking a trade until after the first hour, right? And sometimes that failure could be midday, it could come in the afternoon. You know, there's no telling when it comes, right? And so that, I would say, that's my favorite setup. Now, it's not the only thing I trade, but that's my favorite setup. That is probably the most boring.
Boring. I mean, my favorite setup that is the most boring is, let me show it to you. Okay, it's called a gap fill. So it's when you create a gap and then, so you create a bearish gap, okay? And the last candle that created the gap, so a gap is a 3-candle pattern. And here it's a bearish gap, meaning that the down wick of the first candle doesn't touch the up wick of the third. And when you have a gap and the third candle fails to close below the second candle's low, shows you that responsive buyers stepped in, then the easy play would be to just predict that the next candle of the time frame you're looking at is going to expand back towards the gap and close within it. So here it would be an easy long back towards here, your stop loss right there. Where, you know,
oh wait,
quick
production. I don't think we're not on his screen.
Oh shit.
Can we go to Amos' screen, production? There we go.
Let me come back. All right. So here, let me check. All right. So it would be a gap fill. So in this case, I need to, when was that? July 9th. So you wait for a gap to get formed. Okay. What is a gap? Here in this case, a bearish gap is when the first candle's down wick doesn't touch the third candle's up wick. Okay. Here it tells you that sellers were way too aggressive within the previous range, that buyers did not get a fair exchange. So here, this area has low volume, which will attract price and act exactly like a magnet. So here, when you see that gap being created, then what you want to validate is how that third candle closes. If it can't close below 64, which is the second candle's low that formed the gap, basically, the aggression, then it tells you that the next bar has a lot of chances of closing bullish within the gap. So here the play would be to long and predict that the next bar would be bullish right here within the gap, your stop loss below this low, and then one candle and you see it. So basically that is like the most boring but a pretty good scalp model, I would say, in a lot of days, if you know when to stay out. And you know, if you can frame also a trade, not necessarily based on a gap all the time, but more based on the flow of the market. Sometimes there's some very, very good plays that don't necessarily have a gap.
You know what, chat? Boring is profitable.
Facts. We're currently at 444 likes. So just to make sure everyone knows, since we're 850 on the stream, I hope we breach. I hope we get to 1,000. Do you think we can get to 1,000 people watching?
What's the most viewers you've had?
I think it was in those areas, like 850, maybe 890.
Oh, chat, we easily going to 900. We smashing a record tonight. Hold on, chat. Let me just do that real quick. Let me just get a little share the stream out going right now. We gonna do it, baby. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can. So we are currently at 465 likes at 650. That's what you said, Joey, no?
650, yep.
Yeah,
650, we'll do a lightning funded.
650, we're doing a 100K Lightning funded account giveaway, and we already reached the first 2 like goals to do the 250K select accounts. So make sure to like the stream if you're vibing with us. So still waiting for price to get above 61 and be aggressive, so I can potentially target the daily high. That is going to be what I'm going to be looking for within the session. So you see here, weak close, not certain about the level of aggression that is gonna happen after the open here. So stayed out, waiting for us to capitulate and actually close above 60 to then ride the trend out towards 30,000 daily high. It would be a pretty easy money trade here. Hopefully we'll get a pullback. Yesterday we didn't get any pullback, so even if we had the direction right, damn, it was impossible to enter.
Your strategies are all the same for New York and Asia, right? You don't nothing changes?
Yeah, it's always the same.
Always the same. Let's go.
Yeah. I just view the market in a way where I look at those higher time frame candles.
Yeah.
And I imagine myself being in a 1 minute chart. And I'm like, okay, if this is my hourly chart or my 15-minute chart or my 30-minute chart, where is the next candle going to expand? Is it going to be bullish or is it going to be bearish? And I'm just using structure exactly like I would use structure on a 1 minute chart. And then for the whole, let's say if I'm trying to predict an hourly candle or a 15-minute candle, for that whole time frame that I'm trying to predict, I am remaining bullish. Let's say if I'm predicting a bullish bar until the close of that bar.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I do it.
Shakes, I saw your comment. People have different strats for different sessions. Diabolical. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I do. I have a strategy that I use that I favor more so than a strategy that I use in New York.
Amos and Joey, can you show some examples of how you identify liquidity? Yeah. I mean, there's multiple ways you can identify liquidity. Of course, it's not the liquidity that that you'll look at the order flow to know if there's true orders or not.
Yeah.
But usually what we'll refer to as liquidity is swing highs and lows, or basically support and resistance levels. So usually the best time frames to look at those levels are the 15 or the hourly. So let's say this high would be, for me, buy side liquidity. Okay, so this is a high, so there's liquidity here, liquidity there. But the important part is not really knowing, okay, there's liquidity here, there's liquidity there. It's like the principle behind why you're longing or shorting back towards that liquidity pool. And I'm gonna give you one concept that is very, very good, is the concept of distance to liquidity or distance to close, which is the closer you get to an internal high or the closer you get to an internal low, the more chances you have of sweeping it. Okay, statistically, because if you get close to a high, then you only have 5 handles to reach, let's say, and if you want to reverse completely, then you would need to do, let's say, 100 handles. So let's say for me, what I would wait for in order to try to long back towards that high, which I was able to look at on the 15-minute, I scaled to the 15-minute chart and I marked out that high. But that high doesn't truly mean anything if I'm looking for a sweep of liquidity within this range and look for, an entry model right there and try to long back towards that high. This is way too subjective. Anything can happen within this range. One thing that it could be very good in order to scalp that high, though, is if you have an aggressive candle that is bursting through all those highs. Okay, and then that we're rejecting those breaking highs, and now we can potentially try to scalp the move back up towards that low-hanging fruit target. But you need to know, you need to wait for us to get close to that high, so that the sellers are not controlling the market. The buyers are actually the ones displacing, and now you can fade those lower time frame sellers that are going to step in when you're getting close to that high that you you were able to mark out on the 15. That's usually how I do things. So let's say I would wait always for this to happen, get very close to the high. Then once you see a shift in market structure back down towards the range, then everyone will try to short this structure shift, but I'll wait for it to get invalidated and then long back up. That's usually what I like to do. Or same thing on the sell side. If we go here, then I'll wait for this to happen, so us to break structure, but I'll use this as a fake out, and also of course trying to get my higher time frame candles as confluences in order to know the direction. So that's pretty much how I use liquidity.
Yeah, very similar for me. So I'll look at the 15-minute, and then I will try to find areas of like, you know, just very basic support and resistance levels. Like on the 15, if we have multiple touches, some wicks up on a high or some wicks down below on the lows, I will find those as, you know, very strong levels. And chances are there's a lot of liquidity sitting there, either above or below them. And I'll wait for price. I'm a reversal trader. I love reversals. So I'll wait for price to smash through those levels, and then we actually come back within, kind of like what I explained earlier on stream. So, and I'll trade the reversals off those levels.
Here we have Zarb on the stream. What's up, brother? How are you doing? What's up? What's up?
Let's see. Shake says, Joey, want to pick your brain on this. Is your strat different like ICT and Asia or Orb and NY, or are your confluence just different within the same understanding and structure of market? So really, like, the concepts they could be all very similar. So as an example, right, production, if we can go to my chart real quick, I can really lay this out here. All right. So as an example, right, so take for Asia as an example, I like to trade, you know, key levels that are really just basic support and resistance levels, like this as an example, right? This high you see here, okay? You see a high there, and then you see a level down here a little bit lower, right? So those levels lower. And I like to see price navigate out of those, right? Find buyers to bring us back in, and I'll take longs here to ride this thing back up, right? Just a simple little sweep concept, okay? Now, I usually trade that during Asia. Now, for a New York, being an IB trader, right? Let's just say that, you know, this is the first, excuse my drawing chat, but this is the first hour of the New York session, right? IB high is up here. IB low is down here. All right, and then we got IB mid. Okay. That's definitely not the middle, but we're going to call that the middle. That's IB mid, all right? So as an example, let's just say price is navigating up, navigating up. I like trading failures on IB levels, right? So as an example, we break out an IB high. Okay, well, we broke out, we came back in, we should have a lack of follow through up here. Maybe we got a decent wick bringing us back down within the range. I'll look for shorts here and ride this thing back down towards the middle of the range. Vice versa on the low side, right? Vice versa on the low side where we come back down, right? We are unable to catch continuation and follow through below IB low. We come back up, we're back in the range. I could long this, ride this back to IB mid. Right. So the concept, so while it's like really two different strategies, the concepts of how I trade it is all the same. Hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, you definitely did. And how important is VWAP in your system?
I added it as confluence. I love VWAP. You know, if I get VWAP at like the IB mid as an example, there's a lot of confluence there. So like, let's just say that you know, let me just draw this out, chat. Let's be Picasso over here. We got IB high, we got IB low, we got IB mid. All right, let's just say that VWAP is like right here. Okay, that's a VWAP line. Let's say, as an example, that we are coming down. Okay, we're coming down. All of a sudden, bang, smashing through IB low and IB mid. Maybe we come back up and retest it. We start to find sellers again here at VWAP, right? Smashing back through IB mid. I might take shorts here, right? And ride this thing down because we are finding weakness at IB mid and VWAP. But the vice versa could say, you know, we can say the same here. So like if we pop IB mid and VWAP to the upside here, we come back down and retest it. We continue showing strength at VWAP and IB mid. Okay, I could long this and continue riding this thing back up, right?
And
So
how quickly would you put your stop loss to break even? Because if you enter at 50,
yeah,
then a lot of things can happen when you start pushing.
100%. So that's where I really pay attention to ATR. Like, how soon should I go to break even, right? So let's just say, oh wow, my camera just went haywire, bro. Let me fix that. There we go. Let's just say like we got a high ATR. You know what I mean? Let's say the ATR roughly like, let's say it's 70 points, 60, 70 points. Okay. If I'm in my trade and ATR is 60, 70 points, I'm not gonna move my stop to break even at 30 points. You know what I mean? Because on a 60 point ATR, 70 point ATR, what are the chances if 5-minute candles are moving on average 60 to 70 points? What are the chances that it comes down and hits my stop loss? Pretty high, right? There's a pretty high chance that my stop loss is going to get tagged when I have, for me, that small of a stop loss. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So if I have those larger ATRs, I may not go to break even until like, 60 points. If my goal is to let it run. It depends on what my goal is with this trade. If I'm going to be targeting 50, 60 points, whatever, then I'm just going to get all out. I'm going to be all out. I'm not going to go to break even. But if I am going to let the trade run, it doesn't make sense for me to go to break even under 50 points if my ATR is 60 or 70 points, because chances are I'm going to get tagged. So I want to give myself the best possible opportunity to win the trade. And that's why ATR has been such a big importance in my trading. And it has helped me so much, chat. So much. It has been a huge driver in my trading. Adapting to conditions, volatility, like different day types, right? Because every day is going to be different. Tomorrow, we might have a freaking 80 point ATR out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And then today was only like 40 to 50 point ATR, whatever, on the 5-minute. So it just kind of depends on the day. And so that's why it's been such a big driver in how I trade and how I manage my stop losses. In my personal account, Amos, I might have 120 point stop loss in my personal account, right? When we have ATRs that are like 80, 90 points, I want to give myself the best possible scenario to win. Now, with that 120 point stop loss and my trading full size, nah, fam.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I'm reducing my position size by like 50%, 70%, whatever, depending on what the ATR is. And so I let my stop losses be extremely, extremely wide on those big ATRs. Now, obviously, if the ATRs are smaller, say we have 40, 50 points, I'm probably not going to have a 100 point stop loss, but during those times of volatility, definitely. So going to break even is very contextual on the day type and what my goal is on that trade. And chat, listen, we got a whole video coming out on ATR and how I use it. I just uploaded for the team today. So listen, it's gonna drop some bangers for you on how I use that and use my and adjust position sizing and stops.
Someone said, is there a person / trader who inspired or inspires you both?
Person that inspires.
Like a trader. Is there a trader that you look up to?
Not really. I mean, I look in the mirror. You know what I mean? Like, I look in the mirror, but I don't think there's a trader that I look up to that it's like inspires me.
A trader. I mean, I don't. That's the thing. There's like multiple takes that I took from certain people that, for example, I give you like a stock trader that I watched a lot when I initially started was someone called Lance, and a lot of the takes he has, I agree so much with the takes, and I think they are really like, they have substance and they make a lot of sense. It would be more in terms of like either motivation or discipline or, their thought process more than like trading skill, because I can't really know how skilled someone is if he did not either, if he was either not my mentor, or like I did not truly have done any kind of research behind it, you know. So like I respect, of course, a lot of traders for their mindset and, you know, psychology tips and stuff. But in terms of like trading, I would say like the only people you can really look up to like that would be your own mentors, you know. But I did not truly have a mentor,
Yeah.
you know, so like
I
it's
did
kind of
too.
hard for me to look up to someone. You know, of course there's definitely some people, let's say some sports player, or you know, some public figures that I'll look up to. Let me think a little bit, because that's a good question.
Yeah, I see. I didn't have a mentor either, so I can't really say there's somebody like I look up to. And to be honest, this could be a hot take. I don't know, chat, but just me being, you know, where I am with my trading, I don't really watch anybody. Like I don't watch any other trader, because
Yeah,
I'm comfortable with where I am, and I just don't feel like I need to. And I honestly, if I feel like if I do, like I don't want to. Um, I don't want to watch somebody to take something from them, if that makes sense. Because I feel like I am very comfortable. I have built what I have built, and I'm good. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
yeah, I feel like if I do watch another trader, it's purely just like maybe for entertainment, right? Instead
yeah.
of like trading itself.
I mean, I look up to a lot of fighters, because I think if you've been on the stream for a long time, you know how much I compare trading to fighting, either MMA or either boxing, because it's an individual sport and trading is an individual endeavor also. And I would say like there's some the top dogs in MMA or boxing shared some very good tips about, I would say, the type of person that you need to be in order to be on top and be in the, you know, in a flow state. um, I'd say I'll give you an example. John Jones, in his interviews, he he said multiple things about his mindset regarding when he went to a fight. He said the reason why he was so good was because he was always imagining himself with the worst possible scenario, and he was okay with it before the fight. So like let's say he would fight someone and he knew he was very dangerous. Then what he would do he would sit down and he would really visualize him getting knocked out, or like his jaw broken or his legs broken, and we'd be like, okay, now I know this is the worst possible outcome. I know it can happen to me, and I'm comfortable with that. But I'm gonna step in the ring for that to never happen, and you're like, I'm gonna prepare in a way where I will never let that happen to me. And I think that's kind of a good mindset to have before, like, you trade. In a sense, is like, I'm taking this trade, or I'm taking the next series of trades, and I'm okay with me losing. It's all right. Um, but I'm gonna do everything in my power to not put myself in this situation. Um, when I face some hardships. And I would say, like, I don't know, let's say there's another fighter called McGregor. Of course, you guys all know about him. And it's more about the mindset to be in the flow state where you can't. It's like what he talked about was the power of habits, which means that the power of doing the right thing every single day and not letting small defeats compound, because those small little defeats that you add up will alter your confidence. And he was talking about when, let's say, he was going to prepare to fight. Every time that he would finish a fight very fast, or like he would perform the best way, was when he never truly cheated on his diet, never you know, when he said he was going to sleep at a certain time or do this, he would always do it. But when he didn't, those small little ails that he would compound would get into him and then would make him overthink in the fight. But when you're like, you're always doing the right thing, it's kind of, you know, the win is inside of you. Basically, you're like, you're gonna win, you know. And that I got, you know, a lot of those mindset tricks, those fighters or like those individual sports players are insanely good at, because I think the mental game of sports is even harder than trading for sure, because you could face some serious problems after getting knocked out. That's which in trading it's different, but yeah.
Speaking of fighting, McGregor this weekend, huh?
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah, he is actually fighting. So
Yeah. I think he's
Yeah.
I think he's fighting Max Holloway.
yeah, Max Holloway.
Oh baby, it's gonna be a slugfest.
Man, I don't know how he's gonna look. I think he made too much money to respect the game. I
I
think.
know. Do you think because Max Holloway, he's a scrapper, bro. But I feel like though, like if Max Holloway tries to get on the inside of Connor and really scrap with him, like how he likes to scrap, all it takes is that one backstep and left hand from Connor, and it's cooked, bro. It's cooked. Look, Connor got a mean lefty.
I mean, that's the thing. Back then, Connor was so dangerous because he knew how to play offense and defense. It's like,
Yeah.
and he's so accurate. It's insane. And when you like, yeah, like you said, the left will knock you out for sure.
Oh yeah, dude. All it takes is
Uh,
that just that left to connect one time and you're cooked.
Yeah.
So
I
I don't
mean,
know.
it's. I think I don't know if he's gonna be too heavy, or like he's not gonna move the same. I don't know. It will be because I don't think there's any like tape or anything that we saw from him. You know, any videos of him like even punching.
Training and stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't seen it.
training.
Yeah.
Um,
I haven't seen any. I don't know. I feel like Holloway's gonna have to fight him a little bit differently than other people he's fought. So it'd be interesting to see. I saw a question on here, Joey. What are you doing to identify your reversal? 3-bar reversal. You see, what's your strat, sir? Holy moly! So are we on my chart? Yeah. Let's just walk through this, bro. Let's just chat. Let's lock in for a second because there's been a lot of questions. Let me change this to New York. It works better in New York. And let's go. Let's see here. So, oh wait, this is gold. Let me go to an NQ. We'll go to here because this is a better IB failure, right? A little bit, actually a little bit riskier of a failure. Let's talk about this one. This one's a little bit better. So my main strat, like my bread and butter strategy, where I've made the most money trading, has been initial balance failures, right? Obviously IB first hour trading session. You have a high and a low and a midpoint of the IB, and you also have extension levels. Okay. And basically, what a failure means is we try to break out of the IB range, what you see right here. Okay. And then we come back within. Right. Now, if you want to speak on technical terms, a true initial balance failure is when you get a breakout of the IB range and on a 30-minute candle, 30-minute time frame, you have a candle closure back within the range. That's a true technical failed auction. The problem with waiting for a 30-minute candle closure in this environment is you'll miss the move. A lot can happen in 30 minutes. We can retrace an entire IB in 30 minutes, right? So I like to look at the 5-minute and anticipate those failures. So when I do get a breakout of an IB level like this, okay, what signifies a failure would be lack of follow through the downside with some sort of wick, right? We get a wick down to the downside, like in this scenario, showing lack of follow through followed by strength back up into the range. And that could look like a 5-minute candle closure. That could look like pure momentum, right? As long as we have good strength, either a candle closure or good momentum back up within the IB range after that wick, that would signify a failure on the IB, whether that be IB low, IB high, whatever, it doesn't matter. So that's how I look at those reversals, right? So when I take those, I'll take the longs, I'll take the long in this scenario. I'll take the long followed by strength to then go all the way back up. What is happening in chat, bro?
They always start that shit. They're like, they hear me say a word or like type a word, and then they think it's like the word for the giveaway, and they start like the.
Oh no!
They just start spamming it.
Oh no! But yeah,
Nah,
that's how I identify reversals for my strategy. Big reversal trader here.
Okay, so let's see. We currently have this hourly candle pushing. We swept 61, which is that previous hourly high, and we're immediately rejecting back down. So I would say until we push very aggressively above 61 and potentially 74, I wouldn't see those highs being taken out within 8 p.m. open. So let's wait. It's already 7:40. I mean, time flies when there's like two people. I would say it's way. I'm telling you, it's.
Oh yeah, we vibing. Chat fly. Listen, time flies when you're vibing, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Someone asked, "Can you show me how to quick trade?"
Show him how to quick trade, Joey.
Just hit the buy and sell right after.
Literally, just buy and sell. Let's quick trade together.
Not even called scalping anymore. It's called quick trading.
Someone asked me yesterday, was like, what's the difference between a quick scalp and a slow scalp? I was like, what? It's like, what?
That's wild. Yeah, that's wild. Jay, show me the money. Listen, bro. Stacking racks, chat. You know what I mean? Holy, let's see. There's another question in the chat. I don't know. We started spamming Mogged, and I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's one reason why I never do giveaways like in the middle of the stream or in the beginning of the stream, is like people will keep spamming the word even if the giveaway is over. So like, yeah.
Someone else asked a question. If I didn't answer your question, just repost it.
Yeah.
FOF, Miss K to J. Is that Miss? Wait, Miss K, did you change your name? Speaking of FOF, Miss K, that's you. You won the giveaway during my segment, but you weren't here, by the way. RIP to you.
Amos, what is the win rate of your unfiltered Elliott model? Win rate will change depending on your ability to, know when to stay out. If you know when to stay out, which is difficult, I would say it's difficult because you need to teach yourself. There's a part of self-teaching in that, because I can't be telling you every time, oh, this don't take or that don't take, because every scenario is going to be different, and there's a lot of self-teaching to be made in order for you to not take certain trades. So it's going to be it's going to vary a lot from person to person, especially with how hungry you are to take a trade a day. But I would say if you are willing to keep a lower frequency of trades and wait for more confirmations, it could be in the mid 60s for a 1-to-1. But if you are willing to take a trade a day, then it will be in the low 60s, or maybe even, I would say like 61 maybe. When I talk about win rate, you see, like, I never try to inflate my win rate because I always think about worst possible outcomes or worst possible scenarios. When someone is telling you, yo, I have like an 82% win rate, it definitely doesn't have an 82% win rate. Let me tell you that. Okay. Or like the strategy is 80% win rate. It is not.
I mean, let me ask you, how important do you think is win rate? I had this conversation earlier today. How important do you think is win rate?
For me, it's important because I have this whole perception of I'm gonna give up on risk to reward. So I have a higher win rate and I have less psychological demons hunting me throughout the day or throughout the month. For me, it is important, but for someone who trades a higher risk reward or go for daily ranges or hourly ranges, I think it's not, it's just a metric like the other ones.
Yeah.
For me, if you have a low risk reward, then win rate becomes important. But if you have a high risk reward, then win rate is not really important. If you always put yourself in extremely high risk reward scenarios, then what's really important for you is frequency. Frequency of trades, or like risk. Then it becomes important, because if you have a way in those high risk reward plays to know when one of them is slightly above average in terms of the likelihood of it hitting the target, then you could potentially size more within that trade or add to your winner. Which, there's multiple people that don't truly have edge on a day-to-day basis, but their edge is found through either risk management or through I would say like a lot of them is through risk management of sizing up to their winners and having that asymmetry within their trading, which I don't have, and would trigger way too much demons to fight. I think you need to have a certain experience in order for you to start risking, like doing exponential bet sizing, meaning that you are going to risk more on certain trades and going to let build up a position within a range. It is not easy. It is not easy, because unrealized profits is a different kind of struggle, especially when you trade a live account. But I don't, what about you? Like, what do you think about all that win rate and stuff? For me, it's still important, I would say.
I think it's flawed.
Okay.
And the reason why I think it's flawed is because it's unless you're following literally the same system to an absolute T, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think then yes, I think it could be important for you. If you're not, I think it takes, you could have a 80% win rate, but then it takes that first couple of days of losing, just absolutely shred the account. You know what I mean? Or you could have a 40% win rate, and you could be like a massive R&R trader, and you could still be profitable, right? So I just think there's a lot of like discrepancies and flaws with win rate unless you are trading a system to an absolute T every day.
That's definitely true, for sure. But like, yeah, of course, depending on how mechanical your approach is and the amount of intuition / discretion you're using to either, especially for the targets, that's really where it is. Your targets, if they're not the same every day, or like you let some runners run, then your win rate is not.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how big your win rate is if you can't manage risk.
Okay, that's what you meant.
Yeah. At the end, that
I agree.
That's essentially what it is. It's like, it's so flawed that, again, you could have a high win rate, but if you can't manage risk, that doesn't matter.
Listen, I think they're just different struggles. Like win rate, it's just, you need to know what type of person that you are and what do you want to, and like, of course, with your personality and what you're trying to achieve with the current business that you're in. So let's say for me, when I took a step back, I was like, okay, first, I hate to lose.
Yeah.
Second, when I'm in a trade, I hate to wait. So I need to be right quick. I need to be wrong quick. And third, I don't have, let's say when I started, I don't have too much money to invest in those firms. I need to build myself a buffer with those first 5 to 10 payouts in order to not work and use that money to recycle it into the business. Mm-hmm. And then all of those added up to the strategy that I'm currently trading, which is low risk reward, high win rate, and high risk per trade. Which if you start with a live account, I don't think that's the best way to do it. That's like I said, a way of doing it that is extremely good for prop firm related stuff. But when you go into a live account, then the psychology behind it becomes different.
Sure.
In my opinion, it's easier to have a higher risk to reward and lower win rate with a live account than with props.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
The rules are very strict on the drawdowns.
Mm-hmm. Chat real quick. Just got to check you guys real fast. Listen, y'all must not want that 100K lightning funded.
Yeah,
because listen, we're at 570 likes, and if y'all want a lightning funded, 100K lightning funded account, we got to get to 650, bro. We need 80 more. Wait, right? 80? Yeah. So, you haven't hit the like button.
Yeah, 650. We need so 650. We need 75 likes.
Yeah, we need 75 more. There we go. Now they're rolling in chat. Y'all just need a little bit of reminder. Just had to get in your face a little bit, you know. But 650 chat, y'all can do it. Listen, that 100K lightning funded giveaway is coming, baby. Also, speaking of, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, chat, I mean, what's life purpose? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, we have beautiful hosts with you all day long through the entire bell to bell, through London, through Asia. I mean, brother, that subscribe button needs to be smashed with some serious authority. We're at 134,000, about to push 200K. And believe me when I say this, chat, you want to be on the train to 200K.
Bro, we're currently at 134. That's so crazy.
That is.
I think the first live that I've ever joined, I think we were at like 20K or something like this, and they were talking about when do you think we're gonna hit 40K? I'm pretty sure like 40 or 50, and we're almost at 140.
Yeah, that's crazy work.
Yeah. Also, you were one of the first ones to like join on like Tradeify TV. Well, you were one of the first to get in on Tradeify TV, you know?
Yeah.
Like in terms of like guests.
Someone said in chat, Joey sounds like a great salesman. I'd let him in my house. That's funny. Yo, chat, listen, I could sell some stuff. Yeah, no, I was so I wasn't like a permanent guest. I was just kind of it was like an every Tuesday thing. I was on Tradeify every Tuesday as like a guest, like once a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
But from the jump, like almost from the jump.
Oh yeah, pretty much almost from the jump. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
What's coming to Tradeify in August? You're just gonna have to wait and see, big buddy.
In August.
Buffer and excited for payout 2 to 3 days. Okay. Predictions on Bitcoin. Either to the floor or to the moon. It's going one way. I don't know. Moss, do you trade crypto?
No.
Yeah,
I don't. Wait, someone asked for BTC? I think I saw that.
Predictions on Bitcoin. What's that right now? It's like in the mid 60s.
63.
Right? Yeah.
I think. I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about this market really. I don't think it's only run by technicals. It's not like we're scalping. You know, we're not scalping quick moves, which could be a lot. There could be a lot of impact on technicals, but here, if you are talking about a prediction of when are we going to bounce, that's mostly the market. The price action, the current price action, will show you on the higher time frame what's happening in terms of news and fundamentals. Really, very well priced on the higher time frame for that. So I would say, if we were here, like when we were there, I was like, okay, next bar is most likely going to close bearish and tap into the gap. Okay, which is exactly what happened, which is exactly my framework in general. This daily candle will close in, not daily, yearly candle will close in 5 months. So we're still fluctuating down. Not much to say here. If that yearly candle closes bearish, I think we're cooked on Bitcoin. That's for sure. And I would be like, okay, next year also is going to be bearish, most likely. But in terms of monthly, I saw something that was talking about like the amount of time between the trends and stuff. I saw that on a video on Instagram. I don't know if you saw it, but I can't really say my prediction. I know those markets are not really ran by technicals. So what do you think, Joey?
I think that if it goes down into the lower 50s, high 40s, that I will buy it. I've never traded it, but I'll buy it for the long term. I got some cash set aside that I'll put some in Bitcoin if we go down that low.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm ever gonna invest into that. Being brutally honest, I think
now if we go back down into like the lower 30s, then I'm selling the house, selling the family, living on the street, and I'll put it all in. I'll put it all in Bitcoin.
Yeah, I think if you put like, I don't know, you put a 5%, 10% of what you have, it's good. But more than this into such a volatile asset, I think you'll be tweaking after a week.
This year, I am putting a big emphasis on long-term plays. Like this is the year that I'm like, I'm dumping some serious bread into long-term plays.
Yeah, we talked about this last time. We said yeah. Currently, chat, hourly candle is closing bullish. Most likely gonna close above 48, which would create some bullish structure on the hourly and make me think that there's a pretty good likelihood of us pushing to the upside, wiping out the daily high. I still don't like how we're rejecting 61. If this was a 1 minute chart and I had this bar printing and this one closing in front of me, if I had three choices, number one, sell, number two, buy, and number three, don't click any buttons, then I would easily choose number three. If you can see right there. So I would say I'm leaning more bullish than bearish for sure on the higher time frame, but I can't find a good reasoning behind why we're gonna go back towards that daily high in the next hour, I would say, or the next 30 minutes with that weak close. So yeah. What do you think currently about the price action? That's pretty doo-doo.
It's pretty bad. I mean, we've gone nowhere. Let's see. Maybe we get some movement here in just like a minute or so, but yeah, it's pretty bad. There's nothing really that strikes my attention unless we start moving lower down to those not like lower 900s, like 900 actually, or like 960s, 970s. Kind of in the middle of a range right now, so nothing overly exciting. Also, chat, I guess we're gonna have to cancel this lightning funnel giveaway. You guys don't want it, bro.
640, they got that.
I guess you guys don't want it, dude. I mean, if y'all, we'll just have to cancel the lightning funnel giveaway, bro. I don't know.
At 650, chat, we're doing a 100K lightning funnel giveaway, so make sure to like the stream. 647, we're gonna hit it in 2 seconds.
You gotta want it, chat. You gotta want it. You gotta wake up every day and want it.
651, let's go.
There it is, chat. All right,
I think we can run the 3 giveaways right now. What do you think?
Yeah, let's run it.
All right, let's run.
We'll do the
3 giveaways.
We'll do the 100K lightning funnel last.
But there's a question before, so quick question, Amos. When you mark previous daily high or previous daily low, do you mark from market open to close, or is it 12 midnight? No, it's always from the market. So basically, the daily candle opening at 6 p.m. East and closing at 4:15 p.m. East. That's always what it is. So let's say if I go here, and I go on this daily candle, if I mark out the open and I mark out the close, then if I go on the 1 minute chart and I go all the way here, then this open is 6 p.m. 1800, and then the close, which is here, yeah, okay, the close is at 450. Okay, I don't have the right chart. I don't have the right settings, but on this close it's 459. Why is it doing this? I know it's a setting.
What's it doing?
When you don't have the daily closing at 415 and it's closing at 459, it's a setting. It's here. I know.
Huh. Yeah.
We talked about this last time, but it
wow,
should, right?
Look at the market dumping, bro.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, we getting a dumpy dump.
Yep. I mean, we could potentially trade off of that 15 if it's very strong. That's the thing, though. It's like we're starting to have volume here. So if this one sweeps that low and start aggressively flipping back exactly like it did yesterday and the day before, I will be in for a long. You know, so
yep.
That's what I'm thinking, and I think 80 points is not. I think it's possible. It was a very choppy start of the session, but now you see like it is starting to move right now. Just bought it, fingers crossed. Holy shit, that's gonna be
that's sweaty.
There's gonna be some.
This way, Jay. We did pop those lows, so if we buy up out of that, it wouldn't surprise me to see a little bit of retracement back up.
Yeah. Currently 866 people in the chat. So what do you think about doing another account if we reach 800 likes?
800, dude, I'm down.
All right. We're going to do another 150K select. If we reach 800 likes, chat, we're currently at 670. We need 130 likes. So I think it will be pretty easy. 8 p.m. I think a lot more people are going to join since it's 8 p.m. and Tokyo just opened. So currently on this 15, looking to see if we can sweep that low right there at 96, close back within the range, and even close above 66. If we have this, I'll predict the next 15 will be bullish, wiping out the daily high. So there's let me see here. There is still 10 minutes left for that candle to close.
Buy it back into 900 after sweeping that 896 level there. Bad buy. This is what I was talking about that I'd be watching. It's like for us to sweep this and then buy up out of it, which is kind of what we're doing. Right, we'll see if we hold it, see if we close above that and get some continuation on the upside.
Have you ever traded on your phone?
Yes, and I'll never do it again.
Bro, the worst thing I've ever done was trading 5 accounts, but no copy trader, and then on the phone and switching from account to account. But unfortunately, that trade ended up being a loser. So
oh no.
So it kept pumping and pumping.
Joe, did your IB for Asia start at 7 p.m. Eastern? Yes. So for Tokyo, it's starting right now.
What's your opinion on accepting A+ setups will lose still?
Welcome to trading.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's just
yeah.
that's just something that you'll need to get comfortable with, because there's going to be a lot of times where your A+ setup will fail you. That's
100%
for sure.
Yeah. If an A+ setup won 100% of the time, chat, we'd all be billionaires. There was one time I traded on the phone. This was extremely risky, and I'll never do this again. Like, chat is probably gonna look down on me for this, but I was trading my personal account on my phone, and I was on a flight.
Oh shit!
Like, I get the I bought like the Wi-Fi. I'm like a member with American Airlines, so I get the Wi-Fi when I get on, and I was sitting there just on the flight. I was on my phone watching the markets, and I was like, man, this setup is so good. Like, I couldn't resist that. I had to put it on. And set a stop loss, make sure that I was protected, and it ended up working out. Didn't have any lag or anything. Yeah, trading on a plane from your phone, and then also like just in an airport in general, I don't really recommend it.
Bro, the last 2 times I've been on a plane, I've talked to the person on my right for 4 hours. Literally.
Oh, wow.
The last 2 flights. The last flight was from Arizona to Montreal, and the guy next to me, I don't know why, I think I was on my chart, and the guy pulled out a chart too. I don't remember the broker, but I saw he was on a chart, and I tapped him on his shoulder. I was like, yo, you're a trader? He was like, yeah. And he freaking made 15K on ES on that morning. I was like, what the hell?
Holy.
Yeah. And that guy was like, he was actually a futures trader, and we were talking. I showed him what I was doing and the prop firms, and he didn't know about prop firms really. And yeah, it was a very cool encounter, I would say, but really surprised me. He was like, I asked him, I was like, do you do this full time? He said, no, I only put, he said he has like a 6-figure live account, and he only tries to make 100K in a year and leaves. I was like, damn.
I mean, smart.
I was like, that you have literally the same mindset as me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
that's smart, dude.
Yeah,
that's like an extra
smart.
100K you can put in like investments or like do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. And he was like, I still have my job, but I do this from just in the morning, and I leave.
Yep.
But he definitely had, we talked for a long time, and he definitely has a lot of skin in the game. He's been trading for at least like 10 years, I think. He's he had his 2 kids on the plane, and his wife. So yeah, it was a crazy encounter. And the other encounter that I had was a trip from Miami to Montreal, and that guy was an actor, movie actor. I swear. He was like, we were just talking, and then I don't know for what reason, I just asked him like, well, what do you do? I felt like I saw the guy once in my life. I don't know why. I never truly saw him in a movie or anything, but he said like, oh, I'm an actor and stuff. I played in this and this and that movie. And I was like, damn. And he added me on Instagram, had 500,000 followers. I was like, oh my God. Both of those stories are true. And also that guy was and like after like talking to him for like 3 hours, then he said something in French. I was like, you speak French? He's like, yeah. I was like, bro, why don't you just speak to me in French the whole time? He's like, I knew you spoke French from your accent, but I didn't want to. I was like, all right.
By the way, we almost hit 900 viewers. We got up to like 896 or 95.
Yeah, we gotta reach that 1,000 that 1,000 views.
Yeah, we need those 1,000 viewers. We need 150 more. While Nasdaq's still dumping, chat, still getting dumpy. Yeah, I'll never trade from a plane again. That was scary. Especially on my personal.
Can you guys comment on the main difference between trading your personal live versus prop accounts? Personally, I don't need positive expectancy on the props over the long run, but I do on live accounts. That's you basically just responded to your own question, Benny. you don't need. So basically, the main difference between props and, like, in terms of, real difference, is that you don't truly need to have a strategy that beats the market, in a sense that gives true positive expectancy. The thing that you need to be doing is make more than what you invested in the first place to buy those accounts. So the main difference is you have to put emphasis on your system and on your, I would say, overall ability to, make money in the market with a good strategy. But there's also a big part of it, which is understanding the business model, understanding how are you going to set up with your strategy to make sure that you make more than you invested in the first place, which is a skill in and of itself. You need a certain business approach depending on the strategy that you're taking in order for you to maximize your profits, for sure. So the main difference is you need to have a good strategy, but also you need to have a business plan set. And those accounts are mostly, to make more money, really.
Yeah. So. Yeah, 100%. I'd say the difference. So having, been trading a personal account along with my Tradeify accounts, the biggest difference for me is like kind of what Amos said, first off, but two is like my personal account, I might only take like one trade a day, bro. Like I don't need to sit and take trades. Whereas like my prop accounts, I might sit around in the market a little bit. I might take a trade here, I might take a trade there, take a trade here, whatever. But like my personal live account, I'm looking to lock up my gains. Like if I get a one and done, dude, that's all I need. I'm not going to sit around and over trade my personal live account. Like if I stack bread in there, I'm stacking bread, I'm locking it up and I'm out. And that's just the goal for every day. Now, there are some days where I trade a little bit more than personal account, but if I can get a good like one trade, then the personal account can get locked up. And, that's again, like the long-term vision is a personal account. You know what I mean? Like, how can I, like, what can I do over the course of a year in this one account? What can I do over the course of like 5 years in this one account, right? And so you really have to plan for the extreme long game when you're trading a personal. And so that means trading very, very differently.
I agree. I think like the main difference also is the come up. For someone who doesn't truly have any money or like don't really have too much to invest, it's going to be very hard for you to make $100,000 with a live account if you only had 2,000 to trade with in the first place. When in reality, with a $2,000 investment into props, if you play your cards right, then you can turn that into 10, and then with that 10, then you have it. Either that or you take that 10 and you invest into more accounts and always make sure that you never come back to square zero, and play your cards right again, invest into some more accounts or into some bigger accounts, copy trade. And I think that's your best bet if you're starting.
By the way, I like the buys here a lot.
Oh, yeah,
we swept those lows
on the 5.
Yeah, looking at the 5, we swept the lows, that 900 to, was it 898 level there, and then we're starting to buy back up into it. So I really am starting to favor the buys down here.
Where would you put your take profit and stop loss on that?
See, 890 VWAP's at 923. I would be my take profit would be just shy of VWAP.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that. But seeing this sweep here, chat, I really do like us moving below that, getting some good wicks back above, or well, not above, but getting some good wicks out of it, showing lack of follow through, and buyers getting back above here, I think could signify some good buys.
All right. Just making sure everyone on the stream knows, at 800 likes, we're adding yet another account to the giveaway. So currently we're doing 3 accounts. We're giving away 3 accounts, 2 of them being 150k selects, and one of them being 100K Lightning funded account. So those, they're already locked in. For another 150K select, let's reach 800 likes. We're gonna start the giveaway in 4 minutes, basically, because with the time that you guys spam and I throw out the words, it's gonna take at least 5 to 10 minutes. So make sure to like the stream. 740, we need 60 more likes, and we're gonna be giving away 4 accounts tonight.
Wow, look at gold. Gold is got a nice candle going to the downside here on the 5 minute. Oh wait, I was zoomed way in. That was not as big as I thought it was. My chart was all jacked up. Okay, so we are starting to sell a little bit, but yeah, not as aggressive as I thought it was.
That previous daily closed strong though.
Yeah.
Pretty aggressive.
So we are still seeing some sellers come through here. So buyers not really wanting to step in just yet here on Nasdaq.
All right, let's just do the giveaway right now. So I'm gonna type a word in the chat and type it once, not more than once, or you're gonna get disqualified, and then a bot is gonna enter you into the giveaway, and it's gonna be selected randomly. So you see, someone typed a word.
Wow.
That's what people typed a word. I was like, I'm gonna say a word, and they were like, a word. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna. All right, so we're gonna type the word soon. So type it once, not more than once, and that is gonna be for 150K select account.
Let's go.
Let me know, Tony, when it's ready. All right, the word is W Joey.
Oh, Lee.
You see how they're spamming some dumb shit?
Yeah.
They're spamming soon. The word is W Joey. Type it once, not more than once. You see? Oh my god, they started a wave. The word is W Joey.
Chat don't listen, bro.
Nah, they're trolling.
Crazy work, chat. Crazy work.
Come on, I think we can get to 1,000 people right here. 880. Come on, chat.
Oh, come on. Yeah, we could get to 1,000, bro.
Easy, easy. Come on.
Especially when we're going to do that lightning funded giveaway, chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're giving away a 100K lightning funded account. The easiest account to request a payout on. With the rules, you have a 6K profit target, a 4K drawdown, and a 20% consistency rule, meaning that if you average $1,200 per day in 5 days without even passing an eval, you can request a payout of 2,500. That's kind of free though.
Yeah.
If you ask me, that's kind of free. It's like if you risk 1,000 to make like 1,200, which is pretty doable, and give yourself 4 trades before blowing it, and 6 trades to request the payout, or 5 trades, I think you're in business. All right, we can choose the first winner.
First winner, gotta be here to claim it, baby. Miss Bashak.
Misbah Shaikh.
Shaikh?
Congrats. You won the 150K select account. Make sure to have your email in your YouTube description and type in the chat right now so we know you're here.
Oh, I butchered the hell out of that.
Yeah, but man, those names, bro, they're impossible to read every time. Like, I think I had one stream where all the names were readable, but it's very rare. My username is pronounced the chicken wings. Yeah, we got you on that one. All right. Then I'm gonna type in second word to Tony right there.
Jai, remember, this is where preparation meets opportunity. You know what I mean? This is where you come to the stream every single day and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, type in the keyword, hit those performance enhancing peptides, and win this giveaway. Because holy Jai, 100K lightning funded account, baby. Holy.
All right. Next word is VWAP. Bebop.
Bebop. Holy.
Bebop. So we're currently at 790 likes. At 800 likes, we're doing another 150K select account giveaway. So
Chat, log in, puff out the chest,
chat,
and hit that like
log
button.
in chat. Again, just to remind you guys again, we just posted a podcast featuring me. It currently has 16,000 views in 24 hours. So it's doing pretty good. Almost 17,000 in only 24 hours. So hopefully we'll get that podcast to the #1 podcast on Tradeify. Currently it's Tyler is the #1, I think, with like 70,000 views, so it's pretty crazy. But I mean, yeah. So make sure to watch it, and when you come back on stream, make sure to tell me what you think about it. Your honest opinion. All right, we can select the winner right now. Congrats, Anwar Jihad. I think I hope this is how we pronounce your name, but that's pretty hard to say. Congrats, brother! You won a 150K select account. I can see that we currently reached 805 likes. So damn, let's give away another 150K select. So now
let's go.
The word is gonna be let me type it.
And Nasdaq not feeling too hot.
No. Dumping back down.
Yep.
So it is a pretty aggressive open low. We saw that happening also last week, which was on Tuesday, kind of the same configuration as we're seeing right now. A big aggressive candle form on Tuesday, but this is on Thursday. And then an aggressive open low. So when I see such an aggressive open low, what I'm looking to see is price bouncing from a key level and then showing aggression back to the upside to then trade back up. So waiting for more confirmations again. All right, so the third word is France, because France were able to win against Morocco. It was not even, I don't think it was a fair match. You know, they're just too good. France is just too good.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win it all.
$816 likes, chat. Y'all balling out on the likes.
Yeah. You know what, chat? At 1,000 likes, we're gonna give away 150K lightning funded account.
Uh-oh, chat. 1,000, bro. Chat, lock in.
1,000. You know,
Retake. Listen, pull the performance enhancing peptides back out and lock in.
Bro, I don't think that's gonna be easy. It's gonna be almost impossible.
That's not gonna be easy, chat. We y'all need 100 and what is that? 74 more.
All right, we can choose the winner. All right, congrats, Fancy Stuff. Thank you for your name, brother. Oh my days, first name I was able to spell correctly. All right, my brother, congrats, Fancy Stuff. You won 150K select account. Make sure to have your email in your YouTube description and make sure to type in the chat right now so we know you're not a bot. Okay. So now, big boy account, the last account we're most likely going to give out today because I need 1,000 likes for me to give away a 150K lightning funded account. So,
but we gonna do the 100K lightning funded, chat.
Yeah, we're gonna be giving away the 100K now.
100K lightning funded, chat. Lock in.
All right. Last word, peptides. You guys already know I've been blasting those in the last few months. No, I'm joking. We don't need peptides to mog, chat. On Tradeify, no one needs peptides on Tradeify.
I am the peptide.
Literally.
Yes. 100K lightning funded account, chat. Holy moly. And y'all need 152 more, 152 more to get 150K lightning funded account. I don't know if y'all can do it, chat. I don't know.
It's gonna be hard. There's 1 minute left for the stream.
I don't think. Oh, we have 945 people watching. 960
oh my
watching.
God. Chat, let's get to 1,000.
Can we get to 1,000 people, chat? Wait a minute. Hold on. We might stay on stream a little bit longer here, chat. I don't know. We might get to 1,000.
Yeah, we got to get to 1,000, chat.
Listen, if we get to 1,000 likes on the stream, we will do 150K lightning funded. With the amount of people we just got in, we should be able to do this.
Come on, chat. Let's do it. I think that's easy now.
I think it's easy, bro. I think 150 more likes get us to 1,000. 150K lightning funded is all yours for a giveaway. That's a viewer count record, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 960, something like this. Yeah. Okay, let's choose the last. All right. Congrats, Noah Brink. You won the 100K lightning funded account.
Noah Brink. That name sounds familiar. Why do I feel like I know a Noah Brink?
I don't know a Noah Brink. That's a fact. All right, chat. It was an amazing session. Unfortunately, we did not take any trades. We had a bullish bias on the daily, but first 2 hourly candles were pretty choppy. Then at 8 p.m. we started to move, and it is currently a down close. So unfortunately, not any good setups for me. We were with my brother Joey today and reached 960 people on the stream and also 868 likes. So definitely, can we get some W's in the chat for Joey? Hopefully, he'll be there soon for the Asia stream. W duo.
W, love it.
All right.
We gonna do this again, chat. I'm gonna make more Asia appearances. So we We're gonna do it again. We're gonna be here.
Hopefully, brother. So it was an amazing time. I hope you guys have a great weekend and manage your risk properly tomorrow because it's a Friday. So make sure to not give back too many profits. All right, guys. Much love. And I see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
Later, chat.